Surviving the Oil Markets, Analysis in Crisis and Beyond is a virtual course brought to you by Conference Connection and delivered by two oil industry veterans, Vandana Hari and John Driscoll. Listen to the course directors, an overview of what you will gain by attending this 3-day virtual course in January 2021.
What a year in the oil markets. Brent crude oil rose to a high of $69 in early January on the back of rising US-Iran tensions. And then it plummeted to an 18-year low of $19 in April. Its US cousin WTI hit a never-before-seen negative values in the futures market. With a slow recovery from COVID and a rollout of vaccines, Brent has rebounded to the $50 mark in December. What lies ahead for the market? Is the oil rally overdone, or is it only upward and onward from here? Now, immunization against COVID is of course going to be a big deal, but exactly how long is it going to take? And how will the markets move in the coming months?
Vandana, I've been watching markets for 30 years. I've never seen anything like this. We got blindsided, bushwhacked, black swans, not just one, but in droves. A whole flock overtook the markets, and it started in January, and it was relentless. These other phenomenon you mentioned, negative pricing. I work for refiners. I mean, how do you start hedging negative margins? And this is not just the inefficient refineries. This is the world-class market-making refiners who are registering negative margins. I think we started to see a shakeout. Our Darwinian survival of the fittest, that's not over yet. We saw the same phenomenon in trading markets, scandals, trade finances, oil prices plummeted. It's a rough year, but how much volatility can we take? We're due for a reset here.
Indeed, and if there's any sense of stability in the markets, it's probably from the OPEC, non-OPEC alliance. But let's not forget, even that alliance disintegrated at their meeting in March, quite disastrously unleashed a price war on the markets. They did, however, come back with the biggest cuts in the history, taking nearly 10% of oil out of the market. Now, as the restraints roll over into 2021 and possibly go into 2022, I can see that the collaboration is showing strains at the seams. Will it be able to keep its act together? I think that's going to be a big question for 21.
Well, yes, and this whole idea of compensation. If you've overproduced in the past, you were still held accountable. The kind of strains, for example, ADNOC, and the looming specter of Iran and Venezuela, dealing with possibly new attitudes towards sanctions. You've got regime change looming in the U.S. What is the Biden program going to be? We're not just talking about renewables, but what does it mean for geopolitics, for engagement with China? I talked about a reset. I mean, can we count on a recovery, a rebound in markets? I'm sorry, but we've had enough volatility here in the last year to last us a lifetime. So, I think we're going to be looking for hopefully a more subdued year, but it's going to be the year of the ox. It might be time to get bullish again.
Probably anything but subdued. Now, to understand and analyze the markets in the midst of so much uncertainty and volatility, you need to bring together a coherent picture. You need to know how to put things into context, how to connect the dots, and look in the right places. John and I will be sharing our tips, tricks, and techniques that both of us have evolved over decades of analyzing the oil markets, all firsthand in this course in January, Surviving the Oil Markets. So be sure to join us then.
I can go with the gut. It might be time to lock and load. We might explode here. It could be an interesting year, not as volatile as what we survived, but one that's welcome and exciting. So we look forward to seeing you on the 26th or the 28th.